I've been taking Chinese at school for 3 years and I'm far from fluent. Something isn't adding up here. Yeah, school sucks. Your language school sucks, and schools in general suck at teaching languages. Most people who have language classes at school never end up becoming fluent, or they end up becoming fluent after learning some other way. I had maybe 8 years of classes, or maybe even more, and I don't remember now. We started. How old were we when we started? 6 or 8. Kids start younger these days, but I'm a millennial, so I started when I was 6 or 7 or something like that, and had classes all the way to 18, even more. I had classes even in uni, um, so over 10 years of English, and most, and I really mean most of people who had classes alongside me, they still can't speak English. Okay, they understand a little bit, they understand written English, but they can't really speak it well, or they can't even understand spoken English all that well. Classes suck. It's mostly in I mean, not everywhere, but for the most part. And it's the same in the US or whatever you're at. Redstone and Ninja Pro. Um, I get people contacting me all the time. They had 3, 4 years of Spanish or French in high school and college, whatever. Can barely understand anything and they can't speak at all. They know a few words and that's it. Language classes are extremely inefficient and you will probably never become fluent just with that. I recommend doing something else. And for a language like Chinese, I don't speak Chinese. I haven't tried to learn yet, but I'd focus on learning the language phonetically, memorize vocabulary, listen to the language a lot, listen and repeat, lots of listening and repeating after memorizing the vocab, retrieval practice also phonetically. And once you can understand the language and speak it pretty well, then learn the characters. That's what I do. And a month of doing that is probably going to be more effective than 3 years of classes in school or whatever you're learning. Schools, not good. In general, I think the school system is pretty bad and obsolete. And, well, it was never very good to begin with. It was better than the stuff it replaced uh, 200 years ago, but still not good at all for most things. If you are It's good at producing, it's at mass producing workers, and that's it. Yeah, so there's no critical thinking, there's no creativity, there's no problem solving, all the important stuff you need to, all the important skills you need, also all the emotional intelligence and all that kind of stuff, all the important skills you need in life, and also in an ever-changing modern world and economy, to be adaptable, to be flexible, to be solution oriented, creative. They teach you none of that. It's just memorize data and regurgitate, which is not that bad for language learning. But even that they do it badly because they they teach you the wrong data and they teach you very slowly. And the two key skills in a language, which are understanding spoken language and being able to speak, they barely touch those. They mostly teach you words and grammar, a lot of grammar. And knowing words is very important, obviously. But and grammar. You need grammar, obviously. But um, for the most part, your listening comprehension and your speaking, which are the two things you need for conversation, right? Uh, yeah, they do nothing for that, and that's how you get millions of people going to attending language classes for years, not being able to speak the language. So again, I'll repeat: memorize vocabulary with associations, retrieval practice with complete sentences with the same vocabulary, and do it aloud. Yeah, repeat the sentences aloud, get the feedback, apply the feedback, repeat the correct sentences aloud again, everything aloud, speaking, and then listen and practice. Listen to the language aloud. Do these three things, and you'll improve. trust school, and in 10 years you'll still be struggling with Chinese and any other language you're trying to learn.